Hi, I'm David. I am a caregiver for a person that has myasthenia gravis. Um, been doing this for my wife is very involved in folks that have myasthenia gravis, and did a couple videos, I guess, for her benefit, and got a lot of questions. Not a lot came from people that had myasthenia gravis, and a lot came from probably half and half, but the other half came from the people that were caregivers. Seems like there's a lot of women that have this disease. From my experience, what I've seen just from emails, it seems to be that the male or the husband is the one that is the caregiver, and it seems like it's a natural role. And one of the questions I've got is, how do you help your wife in this role? How do you take on that task of actually being the caregiver? And I think for someone from my background, it probably was easier. You just take care of women. I mean, that's just the only few times I can remember ever getting really punished from my father was for not, for talking back to my mother, or maybe not even helping a girl cross the street or something. So it came natural. But it really doesn't, because it's very extreme. There's a lot of things that you have to do. You almost become a case manager, and so there's that side of it that the actual working with the disease and the conditions and all the complications of it. The main thing is, like I say, you can't become kind of a case manager. You help her or him, as it is. You help them kind of remember things that happen. Sometimes I think the medication kind of hurts memory, I think. Not 100% sure if that's all around, but it is in our case. So, we found that if I'm not there to remember things, or if you don't write them down, sometimes you can forget. There's the doctor visits, there's not being able to drive for my wife, not being able to work. It's difficult in today's economy to do that. I'm lucky I have a fairly good job, I suppose, that affords us that. Some people couldn't. So there's things out there that you can get, disability, etc. Things like that, I guess, for some, not all. But at any rate, so there's that. You have to constantly watch it. It's almost like taking care of, it is taking care of somebody. And that's financial, that's emotional. Big thing for emotion. You have to be there for them emotionally. And then there's the fact that you're going to have a lot of procedures. You're going to have a lot of doctors that don't know what they're talking about. You may already have myasthenia gravis. You may already be having treatments, and it doesn't. Somebody wants to come in and tell you, no, it's not what you have, and then you have to get them out of the picture a lot of times. So there's that part of it, and then there's the, how do you deal with sharpening your own skills in that area, and also the stress of it, because it is very stressful. For me, my wife is 35. To go from basically a skier, athlete, to not being able to walk some days in a wheelchair, it's very very difficult. It's very difficult to go to Walmart and see someone call your wife lazy. Well, for me it was fun, because I got to got to be a jerk, but educating people, making friends, right? But you have to imagine how embarrassing that is for her, and how embarrassing it is for her just to be in a wheelchair, and then for somebody to be ugly. It's very, very difficult. Excuse me, my timer, just to make sure I don't run over. So there's groups out there that you can belong to. Quite frankly, I haven't done that yet. I know I need to, because there are times where the stress is very high, and drinking a couple of extra beers at the end of the week isn't going to cut it. You have to have people there for you, and that's my next step. And if take my advice on that, because for 2 years I thought, well, I can handle this, and so starting to talk to people that know what's going on, starting to talk to people. You know, it's like anything. You just have to have people with your like interest in your life to advance and grow. And so I think that's very important. So it's multi-level, if you will, or you know, two different fronts that you're taking the stress on, and you have to make sure that you take care of yourself, because again, it's, you know, if you don't, you can't take care of her or him. Just like that oxygen mask in the airplane, if you don't put it on the kid, right? You know, you can't put it on you. So make sure you take care of yourself, and then you can be there for them. I guess, hope that's a good answer. Thanks.